and from Kenya and from Spain can be manufactured here. Some of you will not understand that to do POP boards, the cost of the equipment is $25,000. The challenge is we have not done a little bit of research and understand the kaolin and clink, which is the makeup they use to make. They are available here in Congo. The best company in POP in the whole world is called NOF in Germany. They've set up a plant in DRC to be supplying the whole of East and Central Africa. While the Africans here, we are not thinking. Again, this program is to crank your thinking belt, put on your thinking cap, and let us develop Africa ourselves. So, this is our model right now. I'm making each of the presentations so that when we start cranking the numbers, you can be able to follow us as we go. So now we have this model. I will just call it Temangalo model. We have land in various parts of the country. We have in Soroti, we have in Mbale, we have in Hoima, and we have here in Kampala. So we're going to start with Kampala, which is Temangalo. We have projects in Arkwright too. But let's deal with this. The model of our initial African model of doing anything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The African model of doing things in the past, when I was a kid growing up, my parents used to tell me that the way they build houses for young men in Africa is that the age group, when a guy gets to age of getting married, the people in his age group, 2 years below, 2 years above, they form an age group. It's an association. You're there by birth. They will come to your compound and ask your father to give you your own piece of property. When they give you your own piece of property, the guys would gather and you cook food and give them palm wine. We call it pami. When they know that food is going to be there, everybody would go to the forest, cut the trees, cut the bamboo, cut all the things, while the women make the mud, and they will build your house in 2 days. 2 days you have a house, and you spent no money. Who is richer? Guys laboring in Europe now, 3 jobs, just to earn a living of 1,500, 2,000. And then in their whole life, they cannot afford to own a house in the place where they live. Or the African man that just by birth, belonging to an age group, at any particular time, he can own a house. That's why you don't have as much homeless people in Africa like you have in Western countries. I think we're going to build a greater Africa. It's greater Africa. So now, each of these groups in a crowdfunding model brings 11 million Ugandan shillings, equivalent of $3,000. Is that correct? Yes, $3,000, okay? So, when you got 7 people here, it will be 77 million. And that's $21,000, correct? We are in the process of figuring out putting up this house for 70 million. The 7 million goes for administration. This is admin. 5% of this is given as a sales commission, and the other 5% goes to the program GTI East Africa. That's the program owners, okay? So that is the thing that makes the project run, while 70 million is to build the house. So we build one house. Let's say we sell it for 180 million. That means I'm able to build 2 houses after I have done the first one. Because you get into this program you're locked in for minimum of 5 to 7 years. The timing of gestation can be shorter, but we want to say medium of 5 years. Can be 4, can be 7, but it will never go beyond 7 years. So 2 houses cost 140 million to build using this model. And sold will be how much? You can speak loud.
180 million.
No, 2 houses is 360 million. Are we together?
Yeah.
So with 360 million, I can now build how many? 4 houses, correct?
Yes.
And 4 houses will cost me 280 million, correct? That means I will have about 80 million on the side, correct?
Yes.
So I will use 36 million, which is 10%, sales and admin. And then 16% of this is another 45 million. So 280 will build 4 houses. If I sell 4 houses, what would it be? 700 and what? 720 million. With 720 million, if I subtract 16%, what will be left? What is 16% of 720? I think it will be about 100 million, correct?
Why 16%?
10% is admin, 6% is withholding tax. If you sell a house, you got to give the government their own, or they will be on your back. So, if you remove 16%, what is that?
16%.
Of 720.
The balance is 604.8.
604.8, eh? So what is the amount? 16% is how much?
16% is 115.2.
115.2. It doesn't add up. 115.2, if you add it here, it doesn't add up, but that's fine. Let's say 115 million.
604.8.
Okay, 4.8, okay? 604.8 million, okay? So now, we have 608.4. Can we divide, if we did, how many houses now? 8. If you did 8 houses, how much would it be?
560.
No? 8 houses,
70 times 8, 560 million.
560. So 8 houses will cost 560 million. If you sell 8 houses, 1.44 billion Ugandan shillings. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go to the next step. $1.44 billion Ugandan shillings. How many houses? Let's take 15 houses. 15 houses is how much? Okay, you got to deduct 16%.
The balance is 1.209.
Minus 16% is 1.209 billion. So you can build 16 houses. You can build 16 houses at 70 million. How much is that? David? Is there anybody else calculating? What is that? I say, how many houses would, how much is 16 houses multiplied by 70 million? 1 billion, 100 and what? 20 million shillings. 1.2 billion shillings. So now, sell 16 houses at, let's say, 200, because now you are developing, the price is going up. That will be 3.2 billion, correct?
Yep.
That's 3.2 billion, correct? Are we together?
Yes.
So now at 3.2 billion, we can choose to put up 40 houses.
16 houses. Okay, 200 million. Okay.
Yeah.
Something fine.
So now, remove 16% from 3.2 billion. If you remove 16%, you would have about 400 million. How much is the cost? Okay, 2.688. 2.688 billion. At this stage, you can now build